Hello and welcome to the Brick Freak, today with a set of the company SixSix bricks. They are Kong Overlord without any license. Model number 992, yes, SixSix brick has not many models, I believe 6 or 7, so 3 numbers are still enough. We have a little bit over 3,000 pieces. I haven't found any mock, so this is they designed their sets themselves. So the Bumblebee and Transformers Soundwave Mars, these are the 2 sets I have already reviewed from SixSix bricks. Bumblebee, who don't know Bumblebee, the Transformer robot in yellow, and Soundwave Mars was a blue one. So I was very happy with them because they looked cool, but a little bit of pain in the to build. Or not to build. Building them was okay, but putting them together without me pushing here and not falling apart there, and it was not easy to get them totally fixed, done and standing there. But when we've done that, they looked very, very cool. So I liked them, and I seen Kong Overlord. I had to order it because I'm a B-movie trash fan, and so I like and monster trash movie B fan, and so when you like monster movies, you like to build a Kong. Okay. Instructions are pretty clear, and what's very nice is that the new parts are desaturated and only the new parts are colored. Okay. The rest of the instructions is like a Mold King instructions. It's the same software. But the desaturation function here, I'm very happy about it. Because the Kong has over 3,000 pieces and 2,700 or 2,600 in the same brown. And so with desaturated, you know what I mean. Okay. You see here, I don't know if it's minifigure size. We will see. Okay, here the minifig to compare from another universe, not the monster universe from Universal. This is Kong Overlord. This is the Kong from King Kong vs. Godzilla, the movie from this year, last year, from the new Universal Monsterverse. And come on, buddy. Here he stands. Okay. You see in the pictures, the close-ups, perhaps you've seen the assembly video. So we go through it. Instructions, pretty cool, no problem. Quality of the pieces, very good. Clutch power is very good. The bags looked like Mold King. The quality is like Mold King, only a little bit matter, but really great. But I'm not sure if this is Mold King or because SixSix brick is... depends to Ferengi, I don't know, I don't know where the bricks are from. I believe perhaps really Mold King because the bags looks the same. But for me it doesn't matter because the quality is very, very good. Everything holds together. When something falls apart, it's the building technique, or it holds only on 2 studs, and it's not the quality of the pieces. We came later to this. The assembly, great. I believe 12 building steps, 1 to 10, and then 10A and 10B or something like that, or A to, it doesn't matter, 12 bags. Okay. The first 3 bags are for the torso, and then we are building the legs, the feet, the shoulders, the hips, the arms, the head, the weapon. You save a lot of time. I believe building step 7 was, or 8, both feet. First you build the left and then the right one. And that's for the arm and for everything. So build them simultaneously mirror-wise. You save a lot of time because you search 2, you can search 4. And You know what I mean, yeah? And build it mirror-wise, so I saved a lot of time. It's a nice assembly. It makes a lot of fun. Every part is different. Okay, the left forearm, right forearm are the same. Left foot, right foot are the same. So that's the reason you can build it mirror-wise. But the building technique for each part, always different, always entertaining. Put the things together to the Kong here is not so easy, because we have some parts, they're only on a hinge, and so the hinge sits only on 2 studs. So mainly here, these over the foot, they cover the joint from the foot to the leg. They can easily fall apart. Then here, left, right of the hips, when you push here, it will fall apart. You have to be carefully with his arse, because this here, it sits on 6 blades. But when you do something in front and you have your hand here, it falls apart. The shoulder blades here, this was one of the hips parts. I disconnected it. That's what I meant. This here sitting on the hinges here, we have 4 studs, but you know, with the hinges, it's not always easy to get them really with the full pressure to the set. And if you can get the full pressure, it still hinges. They don't, in my, come on, I don't have light here. I have a lot of light in front. So, okay. So these 2 parts, easy. These here can easy go away. So the first sentence, this is not a blade set. This is really a pure display set. Don't get it into the hands of children. It won't fall totally apart, but the parts I told you will fall. This here, the arse, the hips and the shoulders. Okay. How does he stand? Yes, it depends a lot on the balance. Because you see, the foots are in total 12 centimeters, but the toes doesn't count as, so we have 9 centimeters against 50. So it's a, 1, 2, 5 point something. And we have a lot of weight, and most weight is up because the chest is heavy and big. That's the reason here. Here's the other thing that always fall apart, that covers here the joint. But I believe I didn't connect it right from the German video. So, okay. So you see the problem with the set. It's a pure display set. He doesn't fall from alone. He needs contact or strong wind or something. A really strong wind will make nothing. See, a little bit shaky, but will make nothing. You can have opened the windows, but a really strong wind perhaps could affect him. So the balance is the problem. He mostly goes backwards, so if you have the battle axe in the right hand, he's really centered, no problem at all. If you want to do it better, then build a stand, perhaps so big, some slopes, so he's really standing, you know what, from like a UCS model or something. Build a stand with studs, because he has blades underneath the feet, so you can bring him, I believe, to contact with around 40 studs. And the 40 studs will make it much easier that he doesn't fall. Okay. But still, if you come man, come on. So, okay. His stats. Okay. So, no playset, only this playset. The joints, they're working. So, you can push the arm up, but this here sometimes falls apart, but it's no problem. This here mostly falls apart. Okay, so you see the problem. This is not a posable display figure, because one arm, when I put this here up, I have to counterbalance this here back, and that makes no sense. So it's easier to just let him stand. I can move here the elbow up, now the other. No, okay, you see, that's not the problem of the clutch power. It's really a problem of the building techniques to get everything covered cool. It looks cool, but keep your hands away. Come on, buddy. Come on. Last time. Okay, we can't move the head. We can't move the hand really, because the angle of the hand is fixed by the slopes. We can a little bit, but not really. Inside the hands we have a 1x4 plate with negative studs, so we can connect here our battle axe. I can make here the hip joints going forward, but when I bring one foot forward, it makes no sense. He will immediately fall. I can then make them so. We talk reality. This is a set you bring slowly into a real good position you like. It's possible, you can move everything, but you need time for the balancing. Or you just bring him into this here and you are happy. So I already sold it because I have no space left. Really not. Really not. You see what I built in the last 3.5 years? I don't want to lose my wife over Lego or over brick sets. So I sell a lot of parts meanwhile, or sets. And I sold him because I have not the space for him. I sold the Transformers too. But if I had a space, I would keep him. I do not regret the buy, because for me, that's enough. For me, that's enough. I never would bring him into a position. Yeah, that's Kong, and for me, that's fine. Everything else, you need time. You need time, and perhaps sometimes it's frustrating when something falls apart. So if you want to get him in a good pose, then get him into the good pose, ignore what falls. It's only 6 pieces. These two, the 2 hips, these 2, I believe that was it. It's always the same pieces. So bring him into a position you like, balance it, bring on the pieces that have fallen apart, and be happy. Bring him onto studs, you have a little bit more stability, and be happy. It's not a set you play a lot around with. You give it into the hands of children or anything. It's not a set you are carrying with you, because you can't grab him in The best is over these hip parts here, no problem at all. Here nothing falls apart. The other slope. Alright. So, what easily can fall apart when you push here is this section of the butt. I already told you, haven't I? Yes, I believe I already told you. And you see the feet here, the cover of the joint. That's oh, nah. Never give up. So, okay. Okay, so you've seen what this set is. A display only in one position, not this. You can bring it into another position, but bring it into one position, put it on the shelf. Be careful with you bring the dust off him and dusting him or something, in dusting him. It's not a set for vacuum cleaner. You know what I mean. It's just a set to be happy if you like Kong, and I think he is really looking cool. He is really looking cool. You see in the pictures. So from this side was this here again. I don't know. I look in a few seconds. Okay. What you see? He stands. Standing is no problem. Okay. I think I've said everything. You know how high he is. You see in the info card. Should I talk about the movies? 1 minute. Okay. King Kong. King Kong and the White Woman. I don't know. Or is it the older one from the 30s? Ray Harryhausen. Stop motion technique. Great movie for the time. Then I've seen the King Kong out of the 70s. Not so good. Then I've seen the Peter Jackson Kong. I like it very much. It's far too long. I believe in the director's cut nearly 4 hours. Oh, wow. Much too long. That's the problem of Peter Jackson. He don't know when the scene is going too long. He lost the sense for a scene during Lord of the Rings. Of course, in Lord of the Rings he had so much time, 12 hours. And for Kong, 4 hours, that was a little bit too much. But I liked the movie itself, and I believe he needed 1 hour to see Kong. Okay. This here is out of the new Monsterverse from Universal. There are some movies in it, so we go quickly over them. First was Godzilla 2014. I liked it very much because you've seen Godzilla only at the end, and it was a nice movie. The surprising effect was no Godzilla till the end, but it worked through the movie. It was not a very good movie. I rated with a 7 out of 1 to 10, but for me it was enough for a 7. Then we had I believe then come Kong Skull Island. That was a big budget B trash movie. Kong looked good, was extremely high, like here, much higher than in the Jackson movies, or much bigger than in the Jackson movie, and bigger than you think than in the White Woman and the King Kong of the 70s. So a much bigger King Kong, a more agile King Kong, agile King Kong, ping pong. Oh man. And I liked the movie. I really liked it. It was not a good movie. He had a lot of problems, but I liked it. Samuel Jackson was great, good man. Tom Hiddleston, the effects were good. Sound, the atmos, brilliant. The picture, brilliant. It was a good 4K. And an entertaining movie. I rated it with a 6 out of 10. Then came Godzilla 2, King of the Monsters. And there the problem started. Immediately. That was not a good movie. Not a good movie. Much too long. Too much CGI. Bad writing. Not good figures. Not good decisions. I rated it with a 4. And then this year, normally last year, we had Kong versus Godzilla. And the 4K is one of the best 4Ks you can buy. Picture quality and sound brilliant. Absolutely demo-worthy material. But the movie, when you see the first time on a really good screen, on a really good surround equipment, the movie doesn't suck because he's looking so good and he has such a good sound, and that's enough entertaining. You can forget that the story is really lacking. So for me, the new Monsterverse from Universal, not really good. The two other movies they tried to refresh is The Mummy with Tom Cruise, and that movie was not so bad that like the most critics gave him. I gave him a 5.5 or a 6, so it's still very watchable. But he had some problems too. But it was entertaining. It was entertaining, and some of the effects were really great. And I like Tom Cruise, not as a person, but as an actor. So for me it was okay. Because I've read for all the critics and they said, wow, this is totally bullshit. And for me, The Mummy wasn't totally bullshit, really. It was a watchable movie. But the highlight out of this total new monster universe is really The Invisible Man. The Invisible Man from 2017, 18, I don't know exactly. That's a great, small, terrifying, mean thriller. Absolutely 2 thumbs up. So if you haven't seen The Invisible Man from 2017, 18, that's a really good movie. The sound is great, the picture is good, and he's really a little bit terrifying and mean. So I liked it very much. Okay, so we're done with the Monsterverse. I would buy it again, but yes. So if you like it, be careful. I said enough. Thank you for watching. I'm Frank, your Brick Freak, and I catch you in the next one.